In the sense that women don't feel like they need men in the most physical sense, perhaps
right.
Naturally.
It's very interesting. Women don't feel like they need men in a physical sense because life is soft, but it's bullshit. And it's bullshit because you still need men by proxy, one, and two, the second life gets difficult, you very quickly learn how much you need men. But women will go, I'm independent, I don't need no man because I have an OnlyFans and men pay my OnlyFans, and if anyone comes up to me, I'll call a male police officer. I don't need men. Shut up, you fucking idiot. Of course you do. You just named your whole life is based on fucking men. The road you're driving on was paved by a man. The house you're living in was built by a man. The car you're driving was designed by a man. Your whole life depends on men. And the second anything bad were to happen to you, the second you were physically threatened, or times were to get hard, or war were to start, or famine, or riots, the first thing you do is find a big strong man, shit yourself, and throw the feminism out the window. Feminism goes out the fucking window.
Thanks to their newly discovered feeling of entitlement, women of today have changed how they view the world. The way women view the world and the men in it has changed drastically around the globe. The independence and self-reliance of women have unexpectedly increased. They've started to believe they can survive without men. It's something I've just recently been aware of. Back then, things were rather different. Women never made comments like these in the 1950s and 1960s. My grandpa always believed that the worst thing science has ever done for humanity was to eliminate physical labor. Men thus developed a weaker physical constitution and a greater tolerance for inactivity. Women started to think that life had always been this easy. Obviously not. How long has it been since a woman assisted with moving bricks, looked after animals, transported food bags, or labored in the fields? There has been a lot of time. This is why so many modern women believe it to be true. The 1990s saw significant economic shift as more women entered the workforce, the internet exploded, and there were more tech positions accessible to them. There were now a lot more options that required less social connection, less interpersonal skill, less physical labor, and more mental effort. Things like sitting at a desk and typing code or responding to emails. Together with a multitude of novel new jobs, career prospects, and educational routes, a new generation of higher education institutions and professional sectors has developed. An average Joe with internet connection can also go there and read about other people's ideas and perspectives. Women started working, grew accustomed to having their own money, and all of a sudden could afford the clothing and cosmetics they had been pleading with their husbands for. They then spread their message by going on the streets, where they wrote articles and engaged in informal conversation about how they no longer needed men's services. What sort of ignorance would that inspire? They have a narrow perspective of the world they inhabit and think that it is made up solely of men. A woman argued that while they do require men to hold positions of power, they are unnecessary in everyday life. They must believe that men do not work, or that all men are superhumans who carry the weight of the world on their shoulders. No man would spend time and effort on such unimportant things unless he had a secure house and a steady salary. The other possibility is that he has more important matters to attend to. Women see, choose, and occupy the most visually beautiful of these homes, while men build, at which point they begin to think that this is the standard for living in the wider world. That is incorrect. For men, women are not required. In our homes or our lives, women have no place. None of us like dating women all that much. Women are a burden over the long haul. We require women primarily for reproductive purposes, and only for that. The majority of our help will be needed by women. I can remember a clip I watched where a woman had a flat tire. She didn't know how to change the tire. No man waited to help her fix it. Should I say good for her? I mean, you women made it clear that we men are useless. Since you think we're really useless, we won't help you change your tires, fix your car, fix your roads, or do other things. Newsflash, we do everything, so how will you survive? Let's examine how the world ought to work. The majority of men work in trades including plumbing, carpentry, electrical work, and others that are comparable. People may now dedicate their attention to investigating anything else of interest because mankind has advanced. Mankind have worked the hardest over a long period of time to build a society in which hunger and thirst are unusual, if not non-existent. The modern world, where people don't need to trek a mile every day simply to get water, is something our forefathers could never have envisioned, and even then, they had to be careful not to waste it. Some women could think that everything is the way it has always been, and that there are hidden women working as farmers or engineers who keep things in order. Women do work in this sector, although their representation is far lower than 1%. Men are frequently forgotten, despite the fact that they keep the world together. Nevertheless, it is a truth that women's ideals and perspectives have limits. We do need female company, and rejection is painful, but we move on. It makes no difference if a man has failed with women for years, since his worth grows as he gets older. When he has established himself financially and socially in his early 30s, an attractive guy is more likely to be in that age range. Since then, all the women he was interested in have lost their appeal. A woman approaches the wall, or the time at which she is no longer as attractive or as desirable to men, when she is in her mid-20s. Their charm fades quickly. Millions of guys previously would go to any lengths to be with her. She is now lonesome and difficult to approach due to the unexpected shift. No man wants to settle for less. We're growing even more, and we're having more success. Because of this unforgiving reality, single women are always on the search for a partner before things go very bad. If they don't cooperate, they are aware that no one will disturb them. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers.